that's a huge change, isn't it, from T2E7 and Agent 365 not really having a human in the loop. So, I mean, that makes the governance ever more increasing. I mean, that's super urgent to get on top of, isn't it? Because you can't have agents running absolute riot, spiraling up whatever they want, and you not knowing what's happened. So
Yeah, and
crazy.
that's what Microsoft are trying to put those foundations in place.
Yep.
That an agent is, even if it's an autonomous entity, it might
Mhm.
be, you have an HR team,
Yep.
and you spin up an HR agent to assist you. Therefore, it might be autonomously doing stuff and interacting with applications that your HR team uses.
Yep.
But if it still needs to be owned, and so from a
Yep.
FinOps perspective, it's visibility and
Mhm.
allocation, right? So visibility, cost allocation.
Mhm.
You map that back to the business line, business unit, and so that accountability for that agent is there. And then from that point onwards, it's making sure the security foundations are there as well. And
Mhm.
so it's not just I can see the agent; it's associated with this business unit and it has an owner, but also
Mhm.
does it have the security wrapper and that infant stack around it to ensure that the information it has access to is
Mhm.
properly controlled and secured. So also, like you said, running Riot, if it's like it has to connect to the HR system of the human sponsors. So the
Mhm.
old join, if when you're doing licensing, you're trying to assign your licenses and it's joiners, leavers, and movers,
Yep. Mhm.
and you're trying to keep track of that
Yeah.
via what was Active Directory. Well, now also is going to be on. Also you need to track that in relation to the owners of the
Yeah. Yeah.
of this new agent fleet, and so you don't. It's the idea being, to pull on your point, is that user leaves the organization, but let's say they're fired. You don't want their autonomous agents they spun
Mhm.
up
Yeah.
to be running riot independent of any ownership or accountability.
Yeah.
So I think this is where Microsoft are going. They're trying to set those foundations for that future scale that ultimately
Mhm.
underpins the success of their business in the long term.
I mean, the joiners, movers, leavers process is something that many organizations don't really focus on. So it's actually a great point to make when, if that person who's may have been quite kind of advanced with their, with setting up their agents and setting up their workflows, if they leave, I mean, yeah, that's a really good point. I like that.
Yeah, and you mentioned also, I think, shadow AI, right?
Yeah.
So those users may not be necessarily might be bringing agents into the
Mm.
business from third parties that may not align to the governance controls of the organization.
Mm.
So that's another reason for the agent registry, right? Is surfacing
Yeah.
shadow AI in the organization. So
Mhm.
the ITAM role is, as we've always known for many, many years, intersects with a lot of disciplines.
Mhm.
It's the data layer. I've always seen SAM as the key
Yeah.
data layer for a lot of interconnected disciplines. You're already
Mm.
collecting this data, right? So you're just applying different lenses to that same data set. So I think the ITAM and the FinOps ecosystem of
Mm.
professionals have a huge opportunity in the coming years if they can really jump ahead of this game.